The X3, probably regarded by many as the most mundane and boring of the X series BMWs. I think it's probably an unfair comment, really, because at the end of the day these are very good vehicles and should not be underestimated at all. If it was a choice between the X5 or the X3, obviously the X5 would come up on top. But these vehicles are designed for different purposes. Differences may be subtle, but there is a valid point there. First thing I'd like to pick up on is the side mirrors of this vehicle. They are very large, very wide, and do a damn good job. A lot of cars don't have adequate wing mirrors. These are great. The rear view vision is a very narrow window, and I personally think that if you had some very tall people in the back of the car, you wouldn't be able to see out of the back of the car. The general layout of the vehicle on the inside is excellent, minimalistic, very elementary and simple to operate. Buttons on the center console. The instrument cluster is pretty easy to read, and it's not obstructed in any way by the steering wheel. The speedo, you know, they're pretty small dials, but I think they've kept them small so they don't get blocked by the top of the steering wheel. It ticks all boxes on the inside. Everything is nicely upholstered, and it doesn't feel too plasticky and cheap. It's well put together, very solid steering wheel. Steering on this is great, really does respond well. Not too much of a wobble with the car. This is the automatic version, and it's by no means a fast car, but it does pull away very nicely. It doesn't have you pulling away at such speed that your eyeballs go to the back of your sockets, but it's enough there to get you around, and it's enough to overtake on the motorway. These vehicles do have the auto cut-off when you're stationary at traffic lights, etc. There's nothing wrong with these. It's a good idea, really. It's a very good idea if you're driving around a city or a town. They will begin to annoy you after a while, not because they're not any good, but because every time the engine switches off, your attention is on it. Now, it's just one more thing to get distracted by. So they're not for everybody, but you know, in most cases you can disable these anyway. This is a good little vehicle. You want to check it out. It's got a lot of potential, and it's very well made. It is not the best BMW by any means, but you're going to get a good vehicle if you pick up one of these.